guys, welcome back to my channel. Here I am with Raylene again. I poked you.
I know you did. Your nail stabbed me in the head.
Today we're going to be doing a mukbang. We're at the park right now, so the lighting looks pretty good, huh? It looks really good. I like it. And today, out in front of us, I'm gonna show you guys off my phone because I don't feel like getting my camera out. But we have, I'll insert a video here. We have some mulitas, some cilantro, our salsa, some tacos, then we have some hot Cheetos, and where's the candy?
Bitch, did I forget to bring the candy?
Wow, are you serious?
Did.
I'm pissed.
You gotta walk to the back now. Oh wow.
You forgot it!
You didn't remind me! I had all the food on me,
candy?
guys. Yeah, he does.
Okay, I guess we'll share with baby Joseph. But we have some hot Cheetos here too, so whatever. Raylene forgot our favorite candy. Oh, my favorite candy. But we're gonna just be putting the cilantro and shit first on our stuff, and we're gonna eat a little first, and then I guess we could talk like after, or what do you think?
I feel like
talk
eat
and
while
eat.
we talk and eat. As best as we can.
Okay.
Cause you know, ain't nobody like seeing people's like chewing their food and shit, no?
You know that's what real mukbangs are, right? It's just like not even talking, like it's just eating.
No, but I meant like talking and chewing at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
Hold up, I'm gonna put my ponytail real quick about fuck shit up.
I know, for real. My hair's gonna be in
I know,
food.
it's because there's like fucking wind, so. Okay, so today's topic of the day, we are going to be talking about both of us, we grew up without a real dad, so that's honestly going to be our topic of today. We're most so talking about this for like younger people at a younger age. Oh shit. Oops. Because I feel like when you're younger, you know, I feel like it affects you more, because I mean now I'm 19 and I'm like not affected by it at all, but when I was younger, like I feel like I would like think about like, oh, where's my little dad? I don't even know
what the topic was about.
Yeah, I did.
Like, I don't know if it's cilantro or a leaf in your hair. I think it was cilantro.
But, no, yeah, I did. But I don't know, I honestly don't even know how I found out that like my stepdad was my stepdad.
I mean, my dad just wasn't around, so I just knew.
Yeah, because I mean, I have like a stepdad or whatever, but we're not really like close, so I mean, I would say more I grew up without not having a real dad, you know, and it is different. I feel like having a step-parent is always going to be different.
I feel like it depends though on the step-parent.
Yeah, it could depend too.
Because
really,
you know
on
what
them,
they always say is like when they have their own kid, they always treat you like less because you're technically not theirs. But I feel like it all depends. I feel like some step-parents actually do care about you and they do love you, like regardless if you're not theirs or not. You know?
I don't know, maybe it was just my luck. I feel like me more so, like there was little things that like my stepdad or whatever would say that would kind of, I guess, trigger me more so, like telling my mom when me and him would be arguing like, oh, come get your daughter, like that specific your daughter, you know?
Yeah.
So little things like that started triggering me, and it was just more so like, okay, I guess like fuck me. I love cheese. Ew.
Same, cheese is bomb.
But I do have to say, I feel like growing up without a real dad, it did make me think, we were just talking about this too, like a month ago. Yeah. I feel like it makes me more so like anybody could walk away at any time.
I guess it makes you realize like, not even like people say like, oh yeah, blood matters, like blood will always have your back. I feel like it kind of made me realize that like the only one who really got you is like you.
Exactly, and I'm the same way, which is why like I really fuck with this bitch, because she thinks exactly like me. Because I feel like so many people are to say like, oh, like my blood this, my blood over everything, da 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 da, and I'm like, no dude, like I mean, you're not gonna fucking understand that, because your so-called blood hasn't walked out on you yet, but best believe they fucking would at any second. Because, okay, think about it. Like, I don't know, to me, when do, like, your cousins really hit you up? Like, they don't hit you up as much as, like, your regular close friends do, but they're your blood, so they're supposed to be more stronger than, like, more closer to you, you know?
Like, I love my cousins. Me and my cousins, we, like, grew up actually all pretty close. So, luckily for that, but, like, it kind of just, like, growing up without a dad was more, like, when I was younger, like, when I was a kid, I kind of, like, it hurt. Like, it really fucking hurt. Like, I don't know, because, like, you know, little kids, like, they ask you, like, oh, my mom does this. Oh, my dad does this. What does your dad do? And you're like, oh, like, I don't fucking know what the fuck my dad does. Like, my dad isn't around.
Or then, like, I even think, like, Father's Day now, it's just so awkward for me.
Oh,
like,
with Father's Day, I used to give it to my grandma, my card. My grandma or my mom got a Father's Day gift. And, like, I don't know why, like, I mean, I get it, like, in elementary school, like, why they do Father's Day card and shit, like, because they also do it for Mother's Day, but, like, I feel like they also don't think, like, some people don't have their dad. Like, who the fuck are they gonna give this shit to, you know?
Yeah, and even then, I mean, I don't know, I guess that would kind of go both ways, because some people don't have moms.
Some people don't have moms, so I feel like it's just kind of, like, I see what you're going for, but, like,
it could affect the little
kid. Like, you, like, kind of, like, have it mainly for, like, one thing. And I feel like that's where, like, kids can get their feelings hurt. I mean, honestly, like, to a certain point, it hurt. But it was also, like, I didn't care because I was like, okay, like, he chose not to be in my life. So why am I going to be, like, all sad and shit over it? Like, what the fuck could I do? Like, it is what it is. Like, I can't change shit. Like, maybe it's for the better. Like, I'm, like, the type of person, like, it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. And so that's just the way I see it as.
But two dubs, we don't have napkins.
I know.
So, I'm padding.
We got to. There's no other choice.
Yeah.
I forgot to get napkins. No, and then, I don't know. I feel like it was just like, it's really funny because all of my close friends, like, they don't have dads. Or they have, like, daddy issues. Like,
which is what we always talk about. I feel like I get along more with people who don't have dads or have daddy issues because, I don't know, I just feel like they're kind of more, you connect more, but I feel like you're stronger, which is, like, kind of weird, but I feel like I don't know, like, I know some people that, you know, they have, like, their mom, dad, but, like,
they always need someone.
Yeah,
I feel like I know I don't need anyone.
Exactly. I feel like it kind of makes you more independent, like, having, like, not a mother figure or father figure, or, you know, someone that you consider your parent, because, I don't know, I just feel like it makes you grow more independent and whatnot, because, like how we said, you just learn, like,
I feel like it makes you grow up faster, too. Like, you just know, like, you feel things, like, you're like, okay, you're like, fuck this, fuck that. I feel like, you know, like, not everybody's here forever. And I feel like it's fucked up because, like, I knew from, like, a young age, like, no matter, even if they want to be here, like, I knew they're not always going to be here. Like you can't fight it. Like, whether they want to be here, whether they don't want to be here, like, nothing's going to last forever. And I feel like it's fucked up to say, but it's, like,
the truth.
It is what it is.
Yeah. And then also, okay, little, like, backstory. I don't really care about me explaining, like, why my real dad isn't around or whatever, because it wasn't my fucking fault. So, backstory on me is that, what is it called? Okay, obviously my real dad got my mom pregnant, you know, intercourse, he had a baby. So first, when she was pregnant, I guess he, like, went off to, like, Texas or something, oopsies, supposedly for work, and, like, he never came back. And then when I was born, he was supposed to come to the hospital, but he didn't. So in my birth certificate, like, it's just my mom, like, she's a single parent. So he's not on my birth certificate, so technically I don't even know, like, his real name, because I guess he would always change it too, so I don't even know, like, what his name is now. And so then when I was, like, I believe, like, 3 years old, he came for, like, a day. He, like, bought me a toy or something, and I have a picture with him. And then I think again when I was, like, about 7, I think I was about 7 or 8, maybe 6, I don't know, around that time, he came one more time, and I guess, like, my mom, he was helping out or whatever, and he, like, bought diapers and whatnot, and then, like,
when you were 7? And when you were
like
3.
6 through 8. No, 6 through 8.
So
Oh, no, he didn't buy diapers, sorry. Oh, shit, I meant underwear.
I was like, damn,
you were potty training for a long time.
I was like,
No.
goodbye.
I meant underwear and whatnot, like necessities that I needed, you know? So he like bought all of that or whatever, and I guess like my mom was gonna take him to the airport, and yeah, after that he just like never flew back, and my mom found out that he had another girl pregnant at the same time. So I guess like in Texas, that's where the other girl was. So I think for me, I don't think like if I were ever to see him, or if I got like a private investigator or something, I don't think I would go off. I don't think I would be mad. Like, I already passed that stage. I kind of just understood, and just like I went on with life. I think more so me, I would be like, I'd just ask him why. Like, oh, why that kid and not me, type of thing. Like, oh, why is it that, what happened?
I like a little fly flew at my face. I was like that because like it like flew, and I was like, what the fuck?
But yeah, I feel like me, I would just ask like, oh, like, you know, why? Like, and I feel like that would mean more to me. Just tell me the truth straight up, like, why? But I don't know, I think that's just me. I don't have hate, I guess, like haters.
Me with my dad, it's a little different. So my mom and my dad, they got pregnant young. My mom had me at 17, she was pregnant at 16. And so my dad was young too.
I'm still older, even.
They're the same age. So like it was still like around that age, like 17. Like I think my dad was like, my mom was like a few months older, because my dad's in October, so I believe he turned like 17 like a few days after I was born, like 2 weeks I think. And pretty much like he just wasn't around. Like he was there for the baby shower, he was there in like the beginning, not really too much, but like still kind of there. And then his family moved to Nevada, so they live in Nevada now, and he moved with them. And the only person that I really like kept in contact with was like my grandpa, and he would still come around. And like my dad came around like a few times when I was younger, but like the only time like I really remember him was like when I was like 8. That was like when he was like the most around. Like he like bought me a fucking Halloween costume, bought me a birthday gift. I think it was a birthday or Christmas, one of the two. And then like I just remember like him being around for a little bit, and then he left, like everyone does, they leave. And like I feel like that's just like, it's a pattern to like leave and then come back. And then he started going to jail, and like he used to write me letters saying like, oh, when I get out, like we're gonna have a better relationship. But I felt like you realize like, okay, maybe well I'm getting
just lonely.
Yeah, like they're just lonely, and they feel like they want that connection with you, but it's kind of like, you could have had the connection with me, but you didn't want it. But
why
now
did
that
it take jail
you're
for
alone,
you?
like, you know. Yeah. And then like he would get out and he wouldn't say anything, like he wouldn't do anything, he wouldn't call me or anything. And then he'd go back in and I'd get another letter, and like I would just throw the letters away, because I'm like, dude, you want me because you're in jail, like you want me because you're alone. And then like, so I went, like that was like 8. The time after that, I think he found me on Facebook. He was in jail on Facebook, okay? And like I think he messaged me or something, and I pretty much told him how I felt. Like, dude, you only want me when you're in jail, like when you're alone. Like, you know, what kind of like dad does that? But that was like at the time, like I think I was like freshman or sophomore, so I was like angry at the time. Like, you know, like that's a time when like you realize like how mad it is and how frustrated it is, and like you really want to blame them. So like as I got older, I kind of learned like it is what it is. Like maybe I was just better off. Like I don't need you. Like I'm doing fine without you. Like, and then I think at the end of my senior year, we talked again, and he was in Ontario. Like I live in Rancho, and like he did not come see me at all. So that I was like salty, but it was like, yeah, it's literally like 5 minutes away, and I was salty, and I was just like, dude, like it is what it is, you know. Like I'm not gonna make you see me just because you feel like you have to, you know. Like no, you don't have to. Do you know where he is now? In Ontario, still, guys, still. We don't talk though, but I feel like I seen him, like I think before I seen him, he called me on my 20th birthday. I just turned 21. I'm gonna be 22 in October. So he called me on my 20th birthday, told me happy birthday. He had my number. My sister gave him my number, and I didn't hear from him again. And then I went to a baby shower, and he was there, and he has 2 other kids. I didn't know he had another kid until like she was like around like 3 or 4, so I didn't know I had a sister. And then I seen him at the baby shower, and he was like, he pointed them out like, oh, that's your sister and brother, but he didn't introduce me to them. So I was like, oh, okay, like I'm not gonna. He
probably didn't want them to like.
Yeah, them to know. Like his girlfriend knew about me, but she doesn't like me because I guess she's always wanted my dad. I don't know. They knew each other since like they were younger too. And like, I'm just kind of like, okay, like one, like most of the time you weren't even in the state to be around me, and it's like. He was like, oh, can I get your number to keep in contact? And I was like, sure. You know, it's like you come to a point where you're like, okay, if you want to be in my life, like, it's fine. You know, like, it comes to, like, that point in life, like, where I feel like you go through stages, and, like, when they come back and they actually want to give it a shot, you're, like, willing for it because you're old enough. You're not angry anymore. Like, you think, like, maybe this time it's better. Like, maybe this is how it's supposed to play out. Mm-hmm. And it's just, like, I gave it to him, and he never called me because his girlfriend doesn't like me, and that's what my sister said. And I was like, you know, like, it is what it is. Like, if he ever did actually want to try, like, I'd still probably look forward to it because I just don't want, like, my dad to ever die and then me be like, damn, like, the only memory I have is, like, when I'm 8 years old and that was the only time I was happy with you. And I feel like that's why I'd be like, okay, open to a relationship, but it's kind of like, dude, you don't want it, so I'm not going to force it upon you.
Yeah. You're not going to ask first.
I'm not gonna ask for like, can you please have a relationship with me because I don't want you to die and me not have shit with you. Like, it's like, no, like, it is what it is. I don't fight it.
I think we found our first toy.
Probably. I told you.
I need to whistle out of fucking
nothing. Our kid.
16. But anyways, I think that's why when I like grow my family or whatever, like I always tell Tony I would want to be super family oriented and all of that because I wouldn't want my kids to like grow up without either like him or me or, you know, whatever. I don't know. I feel like I think that like, I don't know, I would just want my family to be super close and like actually go on like trips together or like, you know, everyone just be a family because I never really had that. Because even now, like with like having a step parent, I feel like it's just like, I don't know, it's just always a different, and for me at least, I have a different bond and I just don't really click, I guess you would say. So yeah. Oh god, I'm already fucking full.
Well, then how many did you get?
2.
They looked bigger this time.
Dude, because the guy always hooks us up because he likes Tony, I'm telling you.
Oh shit, is that why?
Yes, it's that guy, the Mexican one.
I came one time and they're like made with like little taco fucking tortillas. This shit's actually packed the fuck up.
It's huge.
Yeah. No, but definitely I feel like everyone goes through stages when it comes to growing up without a dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's so weird because like I think it's still like it got less weird like before. Like if people ask me about my dad, I'm just like, oh, my dad ain't shit.
And I think
it is what it is. Like I just
think
say
it's
it that way
too for like for you to ask someone and then be like, oh, like, I don't have a dad. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, like I don't think I'd be surprised. But like sometimes like I felt like when I was younger, like I was really envious over people like who actually had good relationships with their dad because I was like, damn, is that actually what it's like to have a dad? Because that seems fucking awesome and I don't fucking got one. So it comes down to that too. Like it's just like I feel like you latch to people that you're closer to. Like even in a figure, like I would say like I'm closer with my uncle. My uncle's a dad now, but like he was always like a fatherly figure to me growing up. And it's just like, it's different. And I mean, I think it's a little different. Like people say like, it's different for people like one, like Like, people can always say, like, oh, it's the same thing not having a dad, but if your dad passed away and your dad's willingly not there, like, it's two different things.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, fucked up to say, but I'd rather have my dad not be around than, like, him be around and not want a relationship with me. Because it's a different feeling.
Because if they're dead, I mean, what could they do?
They couldn't do anything, you know, like, they could have wanted it, but they don't have it. But then in this case, it's kind of like, they have it, but they don't want it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is more fucked up that way.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, some people will totally disagree with that, but I mean, I think it's true because, is that a cat? Or a dog? That's a cat.
Yeah, it is. I told you there's an animal shelter right there. Cat probably broke out.
Me. But, yeah, I totally agree with that. Wait, I forgot what I was agreeing with.
The fact that having a dad that's, like, passed away.
Oh, yeah, I think it's totally different. Or if he's, like, I don't know, like, in jail, like, I feel like even if your dad's in jail, you could have a relationship with him if they really wanted to.
Some people really do.
You could go visit
really
him.
Do. Like, they go to visit.
Yeah.
They come out and their dad's there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like,
it's in some cases,
it really isn't. Like, it's just, some people don't want to put that effort. Like, my dad could come up to me and be like, it's because I was young, I didn't want a relationship. Like, I went away, I was scared. Like, and I'd understand because I'm like, okay, dude, you're like 17, you know, you just got like an instant family. But like, as he got older, he didn't work on it.
And I think too, another thing, like, okay, before this video gets way too fucking long, I think one thing, like, kind of sucks to say, I feel like, you know, like, if I would be able, like, I'm not saying I would want this, but, like, I know my mom was able to kind of, like, you know, leave my real dad, blah, 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 blah. I feel like I would be able to, too. I mean, not necessarily saying, like, with my boyfriend, but, like, if I had a kid with someone and they're like, you know, a deadbeat fucking dad, I wouldn't mind leaving.
I feel like when you don't have a dad, I feel like it irks people. Like, I don't have a dad, so I can see, like, when it irks me, like, why someone feels the need to, like, stay with them, to, like, have a relationship with their child. Because it's like, you know, like, if you really want a relationship with your child, like, you shouldn't have to be with them to have a relationship with your child.
Exactly.
They should still be able to want it even if you two aren't together.
Like, I would totally prefer, like, if I was a kid, or let's say, like, them not be together but still have a relationship two different ways, you know?
Yeah, like,
instead of them being together and being fucking miserable, because obviously you're gonna see that, and then
it affects the
you're
child.
gonna think it's okay.
Like, I've seen my mom's failed relationships, and it's horrible. Like, it's miserable. It's not fun. It's just like, you don't need to be together for a child. Like,
exactly.
You don't, like, honestly, like, that child could have the best of both worlds and just not have the world where you guys are living in a household.
And there's so many girls that I feel like they grow up without a dad, and some of them do think, like, since they
really
didn't have one, they
them.
just want to have it.
And like, it's like, no, you don't. Like, I feel like
you should know that yourself.
You should know that yourself. You don't need one. And I mean, but I get it, because, like, I would get it personally. If that were me, like, I would want my child to have their dad. But it's also, like, I grew up knowing that I'm fine without my dad. Like, my life is great. Like, I had fucked up shit happen, but, like, that doesn't mean that my life isn't good now. Like, I've had my dad's side of the family, because I still keep in contact with them. Like, my life is completely different from my cousins. Like, they live in Nevada. Like, my life's different. Like, not that I don't love them, but my life's different than theirs, and I'm, like, happy with what's going on in my life. But it's just, like, it is what it is.
Remember I told you? Okay, I think this will be, like, one of the last things we'll mention. I remember once, like, my family and I'm pretty sure I told you this before.
When you went to Vegas?
Yeah, when we went to Vegas. Okay, so, like, long story short, we went to Vegas, and downstairs, like, kind of like where we are now, there was a pool and barbecue area, and my mom was barbecuing down there, and we were, like, all the way on the 14th floor, and she told me, oh, like, someone's here. She called me, someone's here to see you, da-da-da-da-da. And I went downstairs, and two, like, Hispanic ladies were just staring at me, and I was just kind of like, oh, I don't know who the fuck these people are. Like, who are they? You know? And my mom told me that I guess they were my real dad's sisters or something, so they were my aunts. And they just told me, like, oh my god, you look so much like him, this and that, da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, well, I wouldn't freaking know, so I don't even know why you're telling me. I have no vision of how he looks like now. Like, I don't remember when I did see him because I was so little. And I guess, well, they gave their phone number to my mom, and they put it on their phone because I didn't bring my phone downstairs, and then my mom just never gave it to me, which I do feel like it was selfish on her part, but I guess she probably just didn't want me to get her and him like try and talk to me and then like leave, kind of how like
it's kind of like a repeat. Like it becomes a time where it's
so I guess she was just kind of looking
out like, okay, you're gonna come, you're gonna see her once, and you're gonna leave again for another few years, and
I feel like if that happened now to me, like it would actually really hurt me, because I would remember it forever.
Yeah,
kind of like
what my
you know
dad
that
did
episode
at the baby shower is just like,
yeah, because you actually
like,
remember
okay,
that.
like I'm gonna remember that. But in this term, like I had like my sister, it's complicated. So my tia has kids with my sister's baby daddy, his uncle. So my dad always knew like my sister's baby daddy's family, like growing up, and like my mom does too. So when my dad moved back to Ontario from Nevada, like he got with his old girlfriend or whatever, and like it's really her, like she doesn't want him to have a relationship with me, which like there's a reason to why he didn't, but still it's like grab a hold of your fucking balls, man. Like if you want a relationship with me, like it should be fucked up if you're like, if you're stopping because your girlfriend doesn't want you to have one. Like it should show something, you know? And it's like, dude, like I'm 21, like I don't even know if my dad knows my middle name. Like it's gone to that point. Like
I don't even know if my real dad knows my whole fucking name.
Yes,
I don't even know his whole real name.
Like I don't even know my dad's birthday. Like I don't know my dad's fucking birthday. Like even if it was his birthday, I know it's in October. I know it's in the end, but I don't know the actual date. Like I don't have any type of contact with my dad. Like I gave him my number and he just never called me. So I'm not gonna stop him. He went to my sister's baby shower, like her second one. I didn't go, so I was like, I'm not gonna keep trying to show up at events just to see you, because you don't want a relationship. Yeah, if you don't want a relationship with me, I'm not gonna force one on you. I'm not gonna keep showing up. Like literally, when he called me for my birthday, like he literally just asked my sister's boyfriend, like, hey, can I get her number? And my sister asked me first, and I told him it was fine. And it's like, dude, like, it was that easy the first time. Like, it should be that easy now. Like, you just don't want it.
Retweet.
Yeah. So, especially, I think, like, if you're a guy and you're watching this, don't ever do that to a child. Like, it fucking sucks. But they grow up so much better. Like, but I feel like there's always two sides. Some people, they go down a totally different path, and some people do. Like there's always like, either they grow up like this, or they can go down a really shitty path. And I don't think people realize, like I think like how much damage it actually does to people. Like
some people get on like drugs.
Some people get on drugs, and some people feel like they always need someone because you weren't there. Like I know people like that. Like I know people who constantly need someone, who constantly need to be in a relationship. And I feel bad for those people, because it's like, dude, like, you're not okay by yourself. Like,
I mean, I even think so that most, like, girls, or I would say girls that grew up with both parents, I feel like also, too, they always want to be in a relationship just because, like,
they've seen what their parents have and they want it from themselves. And sometimes they work so hard that they don't realize, like, that's not what they want. They can't go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just always, like, a different outcome.
And I know so many people like that too.
Me too. It sucks.
But I mean, me and Raylene, we turned out fine. We're fine now. We're gonna be fine in the future, so.
Yeah. Successful careers.
Yeah. Company together.
Yep, we have it all planned out.
But other than that, this mukbang is already super long. I mean, if you stayed and watched this whole thing, then bless your soul. And you probably watched it because you got daddy issues. Yeah, you got daddy issues.
It's
so
okay.
bitch,
we all do.
You. It's all good. It's fucking happening everywhere here, so
everyone
whatever.
Got it.
Probably like fucking.
It's like a norm.
Yeah,
it really
like
is
every
a norm.
3 in 5 fucking people, I'm sure, have daddy issues. Like, I guarantee that. But I mean, other than that, that's all I have to say so far.
I'm good.
Yeah, so if you want to see me and Raylene do any other topics, we would love to, or share any of our experiences, not necessarily like with this. I mean, if you do want to see something else, then
If we
just
both
let
have
us
the
know.
same experience,
Yeah,
comment down below.
or if you ever need someone to talk to, you know, you could
Find us on social media.
Yeah, because I know, like, lately there's been, like, girls that message me on social media, like, because of, like, my birth control video and whatnot. So they're, like, ask me questions, and I'm like, okay, girl, like, I got you, whatever, da-da-da-da-da.
I know.
But, I mean, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye, guys!
Bye, guys.